It's Uncommon Fossil, and today I want to talk about an interesting deck I found on Limitless. It is a V-Union box featuring 3 different V-Union Pokemon. So we'll dive into that in a second. This deck list was put together and played by FVS Seeker, and the link to the deck list on Limitless will be in the description below, and you can see how that player did and details on the event. Find out more about it there. So diving right into this list, which I just got to say, 3 V unions in one list, a little crazy, but certainly it intrigued me for sure. So this is Radiant Greninja. It's the first one looking at here. It's got 300 HP. That's okay. It gives up 3 prizes. In V unions, if you're not familiar with it, there's 4 cards or 4 piece cards that make up the one Pokemon. You have to get all 4 cards in the discard pile, and then they have an ability that when you can then move those 4 pieces from the discard pile onto the bench as a single Pokemon. So it's a lot of work to get it set up, but they are quite nice when it gets going. And I believe, like I said, they got a 5-2 result in the event with this deck list. So that's a solid result. It's certainly intrigued for sure. I find it intriguing. So the Greninja V-Union first piece, 300 HP. Sorry, getting back to that. It's got an attack, Aqua Edge for 1 water energy, does 130. 130, and that's certainly a solid number for 1 energy. Of course, it's a lot of work getting the V-Union into play. So this isn't the main attack we're relying on, but it's a nice option. With it, it's got Ninja Body ability. Whenever your opponent plays an item card from the hand, prevent all effects of that card done to this Pokemon. So that may be useful in certain cases. This is more of the Greninja V-Union. It's got an ability, Antidote Jutsu. It can't be poisoned, so that's helpful there. It is, and then it has an attack here, Twister Shuriken, a very nice attack, which is a big part of why I like this in the deck. 3 energy, water colorless, and it does 100 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So that's really, really nice, right? It can take out a bunch of support Pokemon, can finish things off, can get things ready to get knocked out. So very nice attack there. Another Greninja V-Union piece here has the V-Union Gain. Each of the V-Unions has this attack. For 1 colorless energy, then you attach up to 2, in this case, water energies from the discard pile to this Pokemon. It attaches up to 2 energies of whatever the type of energy the Pokemon needs to attack with. And then the last piece of Greninja has an ability, an attack here. The ability is Field Away. Once during your turn, you may have your opponent reveal their hand. So just get a little information there. That's useful. And then Waterfall Blind, 180 for 3 energy. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. So that's nice, potentially. And of course, so you have the 180 attack for 3, and you have the 100 to each of the bench Pokemon. So not Radiant, but Greninja Union, V-Union, you want to take advantage of those 2 attacks with it. So the next Pokemon is Mewtwo V-Union. This is the one that's seen the most play, so you're most likely familiar with it. Psychic type. It has V-Union Gain again. This time it accelerates 2 psychic energies from the discard pile. Then getting into the other pieces with the attack. It has Photon Variability, prevent all effects from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to this Pokemon. That can certainly be useful for sure. Sableye doesn't place damage counters on it. Giratina V-Star will not knock it out. And then this is the biggest attack we have in the deck. Final Burn, 300 damage for psychics, for 3 psychics and a colorless. So 4 energy, psychic, colorless. Very nice. 300 can one-shot an awful lot of Pokemon in the game. So that's very nice there. Then we have Super Regeneration on it for 3 energy. Where it heals 200 damage from this Pokemon, so that's quite nice. You've seen it in some control lists where you're just making yourself that can't be knocked out. This isn't really what this deck is looking to do, but you may want to heal, so keep it in mind. But we are wanting to take prizes. So, and then Cyplosion, which is another great attack here for 3 energy. You put 16 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon any way you'd like. Super nice there. And then we have Pikachu V-Union, the third one. Union Gain, once again, this time 2 lightning energies. Getting to the other pieces, we have Electro Ball together, 250 damage for 3 energy. Not bad there at all. Then we have Shocking Shock for 120 for 2 energy. Flip a coin, then your opponent's active. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Paralysis is very effective. It's on a coin flip, so I'm not sure how much I love it, but it is there for sure. And then Disconnect does 150 for 3, and during your opponent's next turn, they can't play any item cards from the hand, so Item Lock is very powerful. So it makes this certainly useful here, and obviously you're hitting for Lightning Weakness, so that can be something we want. So we have those 3 V-Union Pokemon. I will just say I do talk about the live economy for a budget player. These V-Unions are expensive, so if you're just going to mess around with it a little bit, it might not be worth getting. But if you want to get them, and certainly they're fun to have, I just want to give you this advice here. The Pikachu V-Union, oh, and by the way, if you're looking for them in the store, it's October and September of 2021. That's where you want to find them, because you just have to scroll through this chronologically. There's no search. So September and October of 2021. The Pikachu V-Union is worth buying in the store. The reason for that is you get the 4 V-Union cards. You get a Professor Burnett. Fine, no big deal there. And then you also get 4 packs with each. And the nice thing with the Pikachu, you get 4 Celebrations packs. The 4 Celebrations packs are very valuable in the live economy. So buy the Pikachu V-Union if you want it in the store. But in terms of Greninja and the Mewtwo V-Union, just craft the pieces. It's a better value to do that. So I'm not going to get into all the details on it, but that's what it is. Craft the Greninja, craft the Mewtwo, buy the Pikachu. All right, now getting on to the rest of the deck, we play a 2/2 Arceus V-Star line, right? We know Arceus V-Star 280 HP. It's got with Trinity Nova attack, 200 damage, and you accelerate 3 basic energies from your deck to your V Pokemon any way you like. V Union Pokemon are Vs, so once they're in play, we can accelerate energy to them. Arceus is what we want to do to power up the V Unions that we want to attack with for that game, and even the Arceus V, with its Trinity Charge with 1 DTE attached, you can accelerate 3 energies of that turn. So if you're fortunate enough on turn 1, going second, to get a V-Union play, you can power it up with this. Very nice there. And of course, Arceus also has the Starbirth ability. Super good. Search your deck for up to any 2 cards once during the game. So very good there. We're certainly familiar with Arceus. What else does the deck play? It plays Galarian Articuno V. It doesn't get played a ton. 210 HP. We can attack with it because we do play Psychic Energy, but it's really here for the right Constitute ability. You discard 2 cards for hand to draw 1 card. Now, that's not a great draw engine, but we want to get pieces, those VE pieces in the discard pile as quickly as possible. Galarian Articuno is great in a deck like this. Giving ourselves a little more draw, we play a Kricketune V with the exciting stage ability. Once during your turn, you may draw until you have 3 cards in hand, and if the Pokemon's in the active spot, you can draw until you have 4 cards in hand. So that is quite nice for sure. And then let's see what else. We play another card. Yeah, we play Squawk 2 Squawk Ability EX, which is super good. Once again, in this deck, Squawk and Seize, during your first turn, only during your first turn, you can discard your hand and draw 6 cards. So we just want, getting these VE pieces in the discard pile is super, super good. So that's good. And we can attack with Motivate to accelerate some energy. Sometimes that's the best option we have. So getting into the energies, we play 2 DTEs. You're not usually gonna draw into the DTE for the Arceus, but with Arceus's V-Star power, you'll search out the DTE plus another piece, and then 4 Psychic, 4 Lightning, 4 Water Energy, the energies we need for the different V-Unions pieces. Now, normally, getting to the trainers, V-Union deck plays Peonia. That lets you look at 3 of your prize cards and replace them with other cards from your hand. Because when a V-Union piece is prized, you can't play that V-Union because you have to have all 4 in the discard pile. Well, this deck does not play Peonia. What it says is, hey, I've got 3 different V-Unions in my deck. The odds of getting a piece from all 3 of those V-Unions prized is very slim, so I'll just work with what I have. And honestly, it does work pretty well, that strategy. So let's get into the pieces of the trainers here. So 4 trekking shoes, right? Look at the top card of your deck, put it into hand or discard it. If you discard it, you draw the next card. Dig through the deck, get some cards in those discard that you want to. 1 escape rope, 1 energy recycler, 1 Pokestop. Very good in a deck like this, right? Look, the top 3 cards in the deck, you discard them. If they're items, they go back in your hand. And you get to get those V-Unions back in the discard. So, as well as draw a little bit. 1 Professor's Research, just only one. We may be getting with Arceus on the turn we need it. We have other supporters may need more. For Battle VIP Pass, we just need to get Arceus, Galarian Articuno down and such on our first turn. Very good there. Adventurous Discovery, very good in the deck. Search your deck for up to 3 V Pokemon, put them into your hand. Grab that Arceus V-Star, or better yet, grab those V-Union pieces and then get them in the discard pile with Ultra Ball or Galarian Articuno. Quite nice. 2 bosses orders, control what's happening. 1 Path to the Peak. Now, Path to the Peak, you don't want to play that after you use Arceus V-Star power. We do have the Pokestop to bump it, of course, if we need to. And don't be afraid of Path to the Peak shutting off the ability of the V unions to move themselves into play. Path of the Peak says Pokemon with a rule box in play have no ability. So it's that the fact that it says in play is very important here. Until the V unions are assembled and onto the bench, they're not in play. So Path of the Peak will not stop us from playing our V unions onto the bench. 1 Iono, 2 Super Rod just to get back pieces that we've discarded that we want to get back. 4 Ultra Ball and 1 Switch. That's the list. I haven't modified the 60. If I play the deck enough, I may want to tweak it. But that's the list, and let us jump in and see if I can show the deck off. All right, so I will, hopefully I go first. Although second in some ways is pretty good with this deck too. I'm a bit undecided first or second, I will say. Hopefully things start moving faster. They are flipping their coin. Tails. I'm going to go first because just to take away the advantage to my opponent. Although, quite frankly, it may be better to be able to play a supporter turn 1. So I'm a bit undecided about that. We'll see. Obviously, part of it's what do I draw into. Got a Squawkabilly. That's good. Have a V-Union piece. That's good. Not a bad start. Not the best start either. Would like Battle VIP Pass. So Miraidon, opponent probably should not have benched that other card. Okay, so Trekking Shoes. Let me thin so I can hit. So I want Arceus and Articuno onto the bench. Right, Articuno lets me discard 2 and draw 1. So I will play Trekking Shoes. I'll put this DTE into hand because that will go there. I will use Squawk and Seize. I could Rope, but I don't think I want to do that. If they're taking out a Pokemon, taking out Squawkabilly is not bad for sure. Okay, well, this is good. So what do I have? I have 1 Mewtwo. I have another Mewtwo piece. Let me discard something. Get rid of a second Mewtwo piece. I didn't count through. So I have all 4 Greninja pieces. That's nice. All right, I have... So I think... So I have 2 Mewtwo pieces in the discard. So probably going for Mewtwo is good. And I have pieces for Pikachu prize. So that's okay. That's certainly okay. All right, what do I want to do here? I think I want to get rid of this and this. I will just grab the last Mewtwo V Union piece. I could discard it here, but I think I want to keep the Adventurous Discovery in hand. I might be sad at the end of the day with this, but I'm just going to end turn, right? So I could, maybe I should have worked things a little differently. Because I want to keep Adventurous Discovery for next turn so I can get the Arceus V-Star. That's what I'm sitting on that for, right? Now my opponent may play Path. I don't know. Path, of course, will not make me happy because I want to use Arceus's V-Star. I'm not in a bad position. They might not, if they knock out Squawkabilly, that's okay. I don't want my Arceus to get knocked out. That's what I can't afford to happen. Miraidon will do 220 this turn. So this is a game. See, now if I could have got the Greninja into play, I keep wanting to say Radiant. It's not, of course. That would be good in this deck, too. All right, so I haven't discarded any light. No, I discarded Psychic Energy. So I have to make sure I have my Psychic Energy. I can take out the Mareep, and all right, that's unfortunate. Losing that Mewtwo goes to the bottom of the deck, or at least second to last card, if not. Okay, not bad at all, though. I can get rid of 2 Greninja pieces, grab the Mewtwo piece that I'm missing with it, and so I can get Mewtwo into play this next turn. So that's solid. So I am weak to Lightning with Squawkabilly. So they didn't get the knockout. That's okay. So I need to get an Arceus V-Star also going, don't I? So I guess I better grab, or maybe do I want to use Galarian Articuno first and see what I draw? All right, I'm going to do this first. I can make things happen other ways. So I'm going to do this play, Squawkabilly EX. So I will. No, I might have. I misplayed her, didn't I? I misplayed because now I'm no longer guaranteed to get. I should have grabbed. No, okay. I can make things. Well, I don't know if I can make things happen now. That's not good at all. I've tossed away my game, haven't I? I do have research, right? So let me take a look at the energy count here. Mewtwo, research, 2 energies. I don't love that. Okay. I'm a little concerned about energies. Do I have more rod? I do. Okay, I might have a bit of an energy situation here. What do I have for all right, I'm gonna have to research, right? So I will toss both energies back into the deck. I might as well put down the path, right? I will attach to Arceus, play my research. I need a switch card, which I did not hit. That's unfortunate. I will get him into play. It's not great, I gotta say. I didn't play that very well. So end turn, right? End turn. So I should have sequenced that differently. That I misplayed that. Should have used Arceus first, then the Articuno to get my cards discarded, I think. So so now I can't take it. Well, it's going all right here. I may want to tank some with this matchup too. I will deck out first. It's not an infinite deck. You could toss in a Pidgeot V, right? Make the deck infinite. So Iono's not bad here, right? I have all the pieces I need. Hitting something like a boss. Boss is very nice. Yeah, I like boss. Starting to get Greninja pieces would be nice as well. They do 220 with Miraidon. They're going to have to switch to the bench. They can retreat. They'll knock out my active, which is fine. I mean, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but I can live with it. The fact that I have all these support Pokemon in the deck does make it harder because now they can win the game without knocking out my V. They take out Squawkabilly. They'll take out Arceus. They could take out. All right, so that's quite good. So trekking shoes. Now I'll ditch the water. Switch is good. Don't want that at all. Okay. So attach a psychic here. I'm doing 180. Do I want to take something out here? I think I might, right? Or maybe I sit on that. All right, I'm going to keep the boss in hand. Yeah, I'm going to keep the boss in hand. Let me just look. I do need what? Yeah, that's. So I mean, I need to attach the psychic energy, but I do want one other. A colorless energy is good too, right? Because final burn. I can't do final burn, but I can do all the other attacks. And once I attach my psychic from hand, I have it. I potentially. I mean, I'd love to get Greninja into play here. I have two pieces there. It's unlikely that I'm going to pull that off. So they might, can they knock me out 220, 250? They need to get another VMAX to play, which they don't have actually. So, that's a good question, right? That okay. They're getting their VMAX set up. So maybe I want to hit into him. At this point, he does 160 spread damage, which would be quite nice. Let's think. If I do 180, then 160 would take him out plus one more damage counter. So then Raikou would be down to 10 damage. This could be very bad. Oh, okay. That's okay. I mean, another boss and they have game almost. Not necessarily. So they're taking the... Do they one-shot? I think they do, right? They don't one-shot me. I do have the switch card, so that worked out quite nicely for me, I gotta say. So I want to switch into... Which way do I want to go? I think I want to bench and hit into him, right? So I'm going to make this play. I'm going to attach the energy I need here. I'm going to boss up the VMAX because I can now I can set him up to be wiped out the following turn, right? I don't mind this. I could accelerate to Glaring Articuno V, but I don't think I want to do that. So I'm just going to say done. Now, the reason to attach to Articuno would be so that I can hard retreat if need be. If they boss me up, it is awkward. They've only played one boss. I'm sure they play more. That'll be awkward, but that's okay. So 130. Oh no, it's down to 130 HP, and he does 160. He does 16 damage, so I can take 5 prizes this turn, next turn, and that's tremendous, right? 5 prizes is just brutal, right? So that 16, right? 12 damage counters on Sableye is quite nice. I do 16 off this, so they have free retreat if they choose. I don't want, Glaring Articuno not going to retreat for 1 energy. That's okay. That was a mistake, I think, on their part. I don't mind that because I can then one-shot the following turn the Zeraora or the Flaffy, and I don't think Raichu could knock me out, right? They may play Raichu, and they might be able to get enough energy into play to one-shot my V-Union with Raichu, and that would be unfortunate. But otherwise... discarding some energy. Those are the first energies to discard. So yeah, Raichu can. All right, Mareep. I don't know if they have Raichu, right? I haven't seen that. Maybe I have. Maybe I did see it and I didn't pay attention to it. That wouldn't be good. But I'm looking at a 5 prize turn next turn. I think I want to do that, and then, they didn't get the knockouts, so I don't think. So they're not in great shape here, I would say. Not in great shape. So I'm going to... Do I want to... I'll draw a card. Why not? I'm going to get rid of this other Articuno because I don't want another one in play. Okay. I think that's the 3rd piece, right? 1, 2. So I'm not close to getting that done. I'm going to retreat. I get rid of the DTE. That's okay. I'm going to put another energy on Arceus because then I can attach from hand next turn and make that happen. And I want to play 16 damage counters however I like, right? So let's go. Let me do some counting. So I need 20 here. So you're done. 220, 260, 290. We go 310, and I might as well hit where do I want to hit? Sure, I will place this here. It shouldn't matter. Okay, so there we go. Taking 5 prizes. That's awful nice, right? Only thing better would be taking 6 prizes. So that is the power of Mewtwo v Union. Honestly, the Greninja v Union is super strong too. I from my experience, I'm not going to get it and play this game. I think I'll win this turn, right? They could stall my Galarian Articuno, right? That although right now they could Iona me right down to 1 card, in which case I would have wished I played Cricketune, but that's okay. They're not going to knock me out. I will just, with Mewtwo, I will just wipe out their bench. All right, they're playing Zeraora, which gives them free retreat. I don't, so I'll just send up the Arceus V-Star. He can retreat. He can attack also if they don't knock him out. They're going to knock him out, right? So they'll take 2 prizes. That's fine. And then I will just rain that death on them the following turn. I don't think... yeah, I mean, what else were they going to do, right? Not much. So I can get that Pikachu piece in the discard. Probably be the 3rd piece. I think the other piece is prized, if I recall. Let's see what else they're getting into play. Miraidon. Doesn't really matter. I think I just have game here. It's it's fun. Once these unions get set up and get rolling, it's a lot of fun. Getting them set up is a little bit dicey. I kind of like not having Peonia in a sense because Peonia slows you down by at least a turn when you have to use it, right? So when a union piece is prized, it's pretty good. It's pretty rough. So now I will just take out the pieces I want to, right? So just going to, I just have 1 prize, so I'll just blow them up for 300, right? Why not do that? I have options. I can just take out the active Pokemon, does 3. They're at 310 now, so 1 shot. You got the Bravery Charm, so they conceded, but, I had game there, so... very solid attacker, Mewtwo v. Like I said, the Greninja I like a lot. The Pikachu, I just keep not playing it. Maybe partly that's my biases there. Obviously, it is lightning type, so when you want to hit for lightning weakness, it's good. But a very fun deck, a bunch of V-Unions, cards that you don't see a lot of play. But it is pretty effective, this deck. I will say I've been going a little above 500 as I've been playing with it. And it's super fun once it gets going. So give it a try. Although, look, it is expensive if you want to hang off and say, hey, this isn't a deck for me because I don't think it's worth the cost. It's fair. That's a fair point, too. But if you do decide to give it a try, I think you'll find it's fun. Take care.